Hi viewers, how are you? Welcome again. We'll be looking at IELTS reading today. And so for IELTS reading, you will have 3 passages to read and you'll have 40 questions to answer. So you'll be answering 40 questions from the 3 reading passages. The passages will come from maybe magazines, reports, journals, articles and all that. And so just be prepared. Whether you're doing IELTS academics or IELTS general, you will definitely have to work on that. And so like we say, there are 3 passages and 40 questions to answer. You probably now need to know that within the 60 minutes, you will have to read the passage, the 3 passages, answer the questions, and then transfer your answers to an answer sheet. There's an answer sheet provided, so you will not get extra time to transfer the answers. Within the 60 minutes, you need to read the questions, the passage, answer the questions, and then also transfer the answers to an answer sheet. Again, your spelling, punctuation, and grammar are very important here. So those are some of the tips for the reading test. Spelling, punctuation, and grammar. If a word is spelled correct, spelled in the comprehension, there's no way you're going to spell it wrong, because again, you can imagine you will have other words to use, and so since it's an English test, they are very keen on spelling, punctuation, and grammar. You might just get it wrong if you have the wrong spelling. Again, if the word is meant to be in the plural form and you write it in the singular form, you're also not gonna get it right. Steps again for the comprehension. When you're reading your comprehension, we say first you need to skim through. So there's a skimming. That is step number 1. Read through the passage to just get a gist or the general idea. What the passage is about. So you want to do this very fast. Skimming is done very fast. Don't dwell there, because again, you're going to waste so much time doing it. Then number 2 is you read through the questions. Read through the questions carefully. And then number 3 is you do the scanning. Scanning is looking for specific information. And so here you're reading actively, to look for specific information. So skimming, read through the questions, then do your scanning, and I think you're good to go with that. And so some of the questions you expect are, true, false questions, or, where you maybe are required to answer a question in one, but that's very important. It's important to follow the instructions. They've told you maybe to answer the question in 1 word, or maybe 2 words, or maybe Roman numbers or ABC. I remember having a student who maybe was not able to score very well because they happened to get everything right, but then again, they were giving the wrong answers. If the answer is boys, but they require you to say A, you have boys A, girls B, and children C, and then you give the answer as boys, but they wanted you to use letters A, B, C, you will get it wrong as much as it would be correct. So it's important to actually follow the instructions. So some of the questions, like I said, you expect true, false questions. True, false, not given. And so we have an example on the board, which is Stephen has been working in Qatar for the past 7 years. He has been quite diligent, hence his promotion or whatever it is. So the question would read, Stephen has worked as a security guard in Qatar for 7 years. Is that true, false, or not given? So true, false, or not given. We're told Stephen has been working in Qatar for the past 7 years. He has been quite diligent, hence his promotion. So question, Stephen has worked as a security guard in Qatar for 7 years. True, false, or not given? I know you guys are answering. So what's the correct answer? I think the correct answer should be C, because there's no way you would say that, that information is true, because yes, he has worked in Qatar, but was he a security guard according to the passage that we have there? Because that's just a part of the passage that we had. And then you cannot also say that it is false, because again, if we look, are we able to, at least we can tell, yes, he was in Qatar, but we're not told whether he worked as a security guard there. So there's no way you would say that it is false, because we do not know if he worked as a security guard. We do not know. So really, the most appropriate answer would be not given, because what if they continue the passage, probably maybe he worked as a security guard or whatever. So that if the information is not there, just choose not given. So those are the, just an example of a question and how you can respond to that. And so you're meant to circle A, B, C, Or if they tell you to write not given, false or true, you need to follow the instructions, because if the answer is C and then you write not given, again you get it wrong. But if they wanted you to write not given and then you write C, again it's not gonna be correct. So very important to actually follow the instructions. So let's see, what do you need to remember here? I think you need to remember to choose the most appropriate answer, the best answer, because you'll find that most of the answers, it's like all the answers are correct. So which one is the best answer? Also pay attention to words like except or not or best, again underline those ones so that you ensure that you're answering your questions right. I also mentioned that it's important to avoid distractions, but also remember that you will not have extra time to transfer your answers. So the reading test, what normally happens with the reading test for most people is that, they are not able to manage their time wisely, and so that's something to really pay attention to. So again, I want to wish you well, but just a disclaimer, remember to prepare, because what I've given you is just, I think it's just maybe like 50% of what you need to know about the reading test. You need to practice, you need to work with maybe someone who can assist you, because that's going to help you. It's going to go a long way. So ensure that you prepare, and I wish you very well in your IELTS exam.